Well, it's time for another rant. And this time it's on something that has kind of bugged me for a while, but I haven't really ranted on it too much. I've discussed it briefly in the past, but I've never really talked too much about it. And that's the whole, I'm gonna be a dickhead on the internet, and then when I get called out for being a dickhead, I'm gonna backtrack like a pussy and say, oh, I was just trying to help. All right, like, it's getting really fucking played out. Like, these fucking... Oh, and by the way, there's going to be profanity in this video, so if you don't like that, turn it off now. Like, just turn it off. Don't complain, turn it off. These people, it's amazing to me as to how much people lack self-awareness nowadays. It's either they lack self-awareness or they're so fucking bored that they have nothing better to do than to fuck with other people. And then when they get called out on it, rather than, get more aggressive or actually fight back or make a solid point, they fucking either play the victim or they sit there and they say, oh, I was just trying to help you out. Now, what am I talking about? You're probably wondering what the hell I was talking about. Okay, so I've seen this for a while since I've started doing content creation. And I haven't just seen it myself. I've seen it with other creators as well. Every so often, you'll check the comments, which many feel is a mistake, or you'll check social media and you'll have this one fucking asshole. 99% of the time he's under 25 years old, probably hasn't graduated college or high school, trying to tell you how to live your life or what you should do, and oh, you should do this with your channel, do that with your channel. Now, if you are asking for content, if you're asking for myself or a creator to do something like a different kind of content, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with like saying, hey, I would like it if you covered this and that. That's fine. Like, that's what we're here for, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I'd like it if you streamed this game. That's cool. You should do this. That's fine. But when you come on here and you're like, oh, well, if you don't do this, your channel's going to die. Or if you don't do that, I'm going to unsub. Like, first of all, I don't know about other creators, but if you ever threaten to unsubscribe from me, just fucking unsubscribe, because I don't want anybody to be here who doesn't want to be here. I've said that from the beginning. I'm probably one of the only creators who doesn't suck dick or kiss ass on this platform. I'm the motherfucker who will tell you, if you threaten to unsubscribe, I'll just block you. So unsubscribe. Like, don't ever threaten a creator saying, "Oh, I'm gonna unsubscribe." No, like, fuck off. Like, never ever threaten a creator saying that kind of shit, especially one that has balls, because they don't care. Like, at that point, when you start threatening that you're not going to watch them anymore over something so stupid as, them not doing what you want them to do, then just watch someone else. That's number one. But number two, what's really, kind of irritating, to be honest, and I'm not mad. Like, people always think that when I get on these rants, I'm mad. I'm actually not mad. This is therapeutic for me. I don't sit here and think about this all night and, lose sleep over this shit. I got too many other problems in my personal life and in my business life to worry about what some moron on the internet says about me. Sometimes when you're going through some shit, people on the internet don't understand, they don't know, and they don't care, right? And I've never, ever once let a hater or one of these commenters ever get to me. But it's something that I feel needs to be addressed. I think it needs to be addressed. So when they try to tell you how to run your business, that's the one that really kind of, makes me question if they have any self-awareness at all, okay? And obviously something happened on Twitter yesterday that I am going to discuss, which is what kind of led to all this. And that's this one kid who, by the way, is 20 years old. I'm not in my 20s. I'm in my 30s, by the way, in case you didn't know. So if you're like 20 years old and you haven't graduated college, and if you are, that much younger than me, there's a very slim chance you're going to be able to teach me anything about life. And it's not an ego thing, it's an experience and an age thing. You're not going to teach a grown-ass man who's been self-employed for 3 motherfucking years anything about business. You're not going to do that. You're going to come off like a fucking moron. And you're going to look stupid in front of everybody. And if you don't care about that, if you like looking stupid, hey, fucking have at it. Just put on a fucking clown suit and join the circus. Maybe you can make some money doing that. Going on Twitter and being a keyboard warrior, you ain't gonna make shit. So, 20-year-old punk tries to tell me that I should quit YouTube and go back to being an engineer. Number one, he has no idea how much money I make on YouTube. He has no idea that how much I made when I was an engineer. He has no idea. He just assumes that, my channel is failing because it's not doing the numbers it did a couple of months ago. And he just assumes that because of that, I'm in the poorhouse. Number one, I am not going to take advice from anybody who I don't respect. So this idea of these fucking Johnny-come-latelys, these fucking pimple-faced, snot-nosed fucking punks who are half my age trying to give me fucking advice on business, especially when they're not even creators. Like, it's not even an age thing. Like, I got friends who are like 22, 24. I got friends who are like 19 who, if they come at me with some actual constructive advice, I will listen to them. Because at least I know that they are creators. And even if you don't have 1 million subs, 500,000 subs, 20,000 subs, even if you don't have that, I still will have a semblance of respect for you if you are a creator, because at least you know the grind, at least you know what it takes to pump out content, you respect the work ethic most likely, and you've been there and you're one of my peers. So if you're a creator and you're trying to help another creator out, that's fine as long as you don't act like a fucking douchebag. But when you're sitting here behind a fucking keyboard, that's all they fucking are, is behind a fucking keyboard, trying to give a grown-ass man life advice. Brother, I have graduated high school, I have been through college, I've worked for multi-million-dollar corporations, and I've been self-employed 3 times in my life. 3 times, okay? And I've been successful every single time. Every single time. And you're going to try and give me advice when you just started fucking college, you're living with your fucking parents, your mom fucking makes you tuna sandwiches and probably washes your goddamn clothes for you, and you're going to sit there and try to come at me and tell me what I need to do with my life? Fuck off. Like, really, fuck off. Crawl back in the attic with the rest of the fucking insects, dude. And I mean that. I sincerely mean that shit. You know, I've been too nice. You know, I try my best to be nice on here and on my other platform, on Geekdom 101 and on social media, because I have sponsors and I want to make them happy. But a lot of times the sponsors that I have agree with me. I've had sponsors straight up hit me up, be like, yo, I so agree with you on this. Like, you're so right when you talk about these people. Because they have to deal with the same shit. You know, and sometimes it's worse. They got to deal with homophobia, racism, like all that stupid shit. You know, I don't deal with that. But, I mean, I have dealt with racism in the past. I have friends of mine who deal with it every day. You know, but I totally relate to them and they relate to me. But sometimes you just got to fucking put people in their place, dude. And it's just mind-boggling to me that you're going to tell me, a guy who has a proven track record of success in this business, a proven track record for 3 fucking years, nothing but in the green. My channel has done nothing, I'm talking about Geekdom 101, has done nothing but grow. I've never had a negative day on YouTube, with the exception of one time when YouTube did one of those bot cleanings where they clean up like the dead subs, and I lost subs that day, but they were dead anyway, so who cares, right? So I've never had a single downtrend ever as far as audience building goes. I've never put out shitty content, in my opinion. And most importantly, whether it's 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, or 1 million people, as long as they're happy with the content that I put out, that's all that I care about. So for some fucking kid, and it's always the same shit, they'll say some condescending bullshit where they'll disrespect your content, or they'll say, oh, you're lazy, your videos are lazy, this and that. You know, it's funny because when somebody says that my content is lazy, I always get it from people who aren't content creators. If you are not a content creator, if you don't have a podcast, if you don't have a fucking YouTube channel, you have no right to tell anybody that their content is fucking lazy. You're fucking lazy, because if you weren't fucking lazy, you would have fucking got up off your ass, made your own fucking content, and made yourself a fucking businessman like these real fucking ballers do, like my peers do. You would have been a fucking businessman, self-employed. You wouldn't be telling me to go back to engineering and work for somebody else. You'd be like, you know what? Start another business. Make a second business. Become a real estate agent. Do something to expand your business. Don't go back to working for the man. Like, that's such a backward-ass mentality, dude. Such a, I'm a loser. Look at me, everyone, I'm a loser. Everyone's dream is to work for themselves. Everyone wants to be self-employed. And you're basically telling me that I shouldn't be self-employed because you think that I'm somehow going broke, when you have no idea how much money I make or how much I have in the bank. You have no clue. None. And I'm not talking about just me. I'm talking about all of us. Like, you don't know. And you also don't know what we struggle with. You don't know what our bills are. You don't know what kind of upcoming financial hardships we might be going through. You don't know how much our car payment is, insurance. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. So for somebody to go out there and pretend like they know, you don't know shit. Like, you don't know. You don't have a fucking clue because it's all private anyways. You don't have access to my fucking bank account. Or Roberto Blake's, or Rhyme Styles, or fucking Ethan, H3H3. You don't know how much money anybody in these fucking people make. You have no idea. You have no clue. But yet, these people who aren't even content creators, dog, I'm not going to take your advice if I don't respect you. I'm not going to take your advice if you're not a content creator. If you are not a YouTuber who has somewhat success or at least has that twinkle in their eye to be successful, why the fuck should I take advice from you? That's like asking a fat person how to lose weight. That's like asking a fucking... How can I put this without being... I got to figure out how to word this without coming off too harsh, okay? Because I still have to control myself here. If I want to learn how to cook, I'm not going to ask Otto the garbage man how to fucking cook. I'm going to go to culinary class and learn from a fucking guy who knows how to fucking cook. So why the fuck should a content creator, a YouTuber, why the fuck should he listen to some punk who leaves a comment with 3 subscribers, no fucking video, saying you should do this, you should do that? You should fuck off and grow your own goddamn business. Because you want to know something? Let me share this with you. My business right now is still paying my bills, and it's still putting food on the plate, and it's going to continue to do so. Hopefully. I mean, we can't predict the future, right? But even if it doesn't, I still have a backup plan. I have the engineering degree. You don't even have a fucking engineering degree. You're fucking 20-year-old, a punk. A legitimate punk ass. Living with his fucking parents, telling a grown-ass man who's lived alone for fucking 13 years I've lived alone. Not alone, but out of my parents' house. I've had roommates, but out of my parents' house. Grown-ass man, dog, telling me how to live my fucking life? You gotta get your head out of your own ass sometimes, dude. You really do. Like the people who are like this. Not you listening, but like people who are like this. Like, they gotta get their head out of their own fucking ass, bro. Like, really, dude. Like, that's like, and it's funny because people, a lot of these fucking troglodytes, a lot of these fucking insects have the audacity to say I have a big ego, which they think I have a big ego because I, am very confident in what I say. I'm very matter of fact, and people don't like that. They don't like the truth. It bothers them that somebody's so real with them. It bothers them, right? So they say I have a big ego. How egotistical do you have to be to give advice to somebody more successful than you at something that you don't even do? When the fuck do I ever fucking go to Dwayne Wade's house and teach him how to dunk a fucking basketball? When the fuck do I teach Kevin Durant how to shoot? If I had their numbers, I sure as fuck wouldn't call him and be like, hey, KD, let me teach you, your 3-point shot, it's a little off. Your perimeter shooting, let me help you out with that. What kind of an egomaniac do I have to be to say that shit to somebody like that? What kind of an egomaniac do you have to be to tell a content creator, especially one on the rise, forget about me for a minute, one who's on their way up or one who wants to be up, tell them to fucking quit and go back and get a real job? Like, dog, do you realize that being self-employed is better than a real job? I'm going to say it again. Being self-employed is better than a real job. Fuck you. It is a real job. It's work. But I'm working for myself, not for some fucking old-ass gray-haired man in some office that never leaves the fucking office and plays golf every weekend. That's what everybody wants to do. That's what I wish everybody would do. Not everybody can do it, but I wish everybody had the, that motivation, that drive to do it. So how are you going to tell somebody? Like, I can't believe it's 2018. There are more self-employed people in 2018 than there have been ever in the history of this country, except for like way back in the day. And you're telling people to go get a real job, like fucking YouTube isn't a real job. And yet what's funny is half these dudes don't even have fucking jobs. They don't even have, what's your real job, bro? Pumping gas? What is your real job, dude? What is your real job? Because let me tell you a little bit about me. I've done it all. I have worked in IT as a high-level engineer and as a fucking low-level tech when I first started out. I've worked in the field. I've worked at businesses. I have sold insurance. I've been a security guard. I worked at McDonald's when I was fucking 17. I've done it all, bro. And that's why I'm not condescending towards like fast food workers and retail workers. But you don't see fucking people working fast food telling fucking businessmen how to run a business, bro. If you know so much, open up your own goddamn business and become happy like me. I've never been happier in my entire life when it comes to work. When it comes to work, like employment, I haven't been happier than I have been the last 3 years. I get paid to talk about cartoons and movies. Do you get paid to go on Twitter or leave a comment telling me my channel's dying or telling me that, oh, you should get a real job? You should get a real job. No, you don't, because you're a fucking soft cock. Because the minute that any kind of adversity gets in your face, you run and fucking hide. And you backtrack. And then you claim to have this and that when you ain't got shit. Here's a little bit of advice for some of you young punks out there who are fucking young and talking shit and think that because you have balls filled with cum that you're all of a sudden a man. Shut the fuck up and think before you talk, bro. Because you sound like, because to people like me who are actual businessmen, you sound like a fucking moron.